Hey everyone, I hope you've had a really good week. Last week in Game Changer, we thought about what it meant to be part of the best team ever, God's team, the church. Today we're going to think about another important aspect of teamwork, which is respect. Now today's story comes from the Old Testament, so you're going to need to get your Bibles. And if I told you that Moses was in this story, do you know which book you'd turn to? Have a think. You're going to need to turn to Exodus. So that's the second book in the Old Testament. So the second book in the whole of the Bible. And we're going to be looking at a story that's in Exodus chapter 18 today. But when I read today's story, I'm going to need your help a little bit. I'm going to need you to stand to your feet and listen out for the following words. I'm going to need you to listen out for the word left, right, up, and back. Okay, and when I say the word right, you take a step right. When I say the word left, you take a step to the left. If I say up, you take a step forward. And if I say back, you take a step back. Okay, you ready to start? I think so. Now, Moses was a player on God's team, and God gave Moses a really important part to play. God chose Moses to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. After the Israelites left Egypt, take a step to the left. Things were pretty tough in the desert. Things got so tough that some of them weren't sure if it was the right decision to leave. But Moses trusted that God was going to take care of them on the journey. And he did. God even dropped food from the sky for them to eat and split the sea so they could escape from the Egyptian army. To help them know which way to go, the Israelites could just look up, take a step. They could just look up in the sky because God was using clouds to show them which way to go. Later, when the Israelites were settled, Moses' father-in-law Jethro came to visit. Together, Moses and Jethro celebrated how God had kept them safe and gave them everything they needed on their journey out of Egypt. Moses praised God for always showing him the right way to lead the Israelites. After Moses and Jethro celebrated together, Moses had to get back to work. He was one busy man. Whenever the Israelites argued over something, they went right to Moses, and Moses helped solve their disagreements. Jethro watched as Moses worked, and he noticed that Moses was trying to do way too much on his own. There were just too many disagreements for Moses to try and solve them all. So Jethro came up with a solution to help Moses. He suggested that Moses find some other people to help solve some of the smaller arguments. That way, Moses would only be left with the really big disagreements to solve. Moses looked at all the people needing help and realized that Jethro was right. He left to go and find others to help him with his work. Now Moses wasn't the only one that could break up all the fights. Because he wasn't trying to do everything on his own, Moses wasn't so tired all the time. Moses showed Jethro a lot of respect by listening to his advice. Because he respected Jethro, Moses' life got a lot easier. And not only was Moses' load lighter, but others got to play an important part on God's team too. How did you get on with the steps? I bet you did an awesome job. Well done. Have a sit down now. Today we listened and heard that Moses respected Jethro by listening to his advice. Moses also respected his teammates by trusting them to help get all the work done. Moses knew that players on God's team show respect. And we can show respect to others by listening to them, by treating them with kindness, and by caring about how they feel. So have a think. Who can you show respect to this week? Can you show respect to people like your parents? Can you? Can you show respect to your brothers and sisters? What about your teachers online or the other students online? Can you show respect to them this week? We want to show respect because we know it's another way of loving and honoring and worshipping God. And on God's team, players show respect.